Hey, how's it going, YouTube? This is Scully Bones here with another Scully Bones review. This is actually going to be a quick review and a walkthrough because there's no real significant changes in the new 3DS other than the C-Stick, Stable 3D, your Amiibo, NFC support, and a faster processor. Other than that, it's pretty much the same as your regular 3DS XL, and in fact I have mine here because I'm going to show you how to transfer your data from your old SD card to the new 3DS's micro SD card. That's right, they stopped using SD cards now and they're going for a micro SD card. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so this is new Nintendo 3DS. As I stated, the only new improvements is your Amiibo NFC support, where you can put the little Amiibos on top, it scans it, all that good stuff. I don't own any of the Amiibos, and I don't have a Wii U, so I never got into it. There's also the new face tracking camera, so that way it's got better 3D on it, because if you all know, the old 3DS, you have to be like looking directly at it, and if you tilt it slightly that way, you get like the two image, the split, and so you kind of have to stay focused right there in the middle. You also have the new C-Stick for better controls, faster processor. It is faster, I will tell you guys that. I have picked up on it, but what else you got here on the box? You have typical standard apps, the Nintendo eShop, the Miiverse. Let me get closer for you guys. 3DS camera, the Mii Maker, Street Pass. Those awesome AR cards. They really are. They're pretty cool. The Face Raider game, that one's actually pretty neat. And internet browser. Can't go wrong there. Now, and there's nothing really else except for a barcode. Another, actually this is actually a big thing, was with the new 3DS, you do not get the charger that comes with it. So that's kind of a big downer for the new 3DS. But, enough about that. Let's just really get into it. So, there you go. Simple packaging. Got system itself, which we'll put right there, and your paperwork box goes over there, that goes over there, and that's pretty much it. Look at that. Like I said, paperwork, system itself. They're the AR cards. I think these are those are going to be the same as just a normal 3DS. Mario, Toon Link, Kirby, Samus, and the Pigman. But nobody cares about that right now. What we all care about is this bad boy. And as usual, I got black, fingerprints galore. And look, there's one of the newer things is they moved the game cartridge here to the front. And same with the stylus. Pop that out. See, in fact, this is, let's see, gonna be a little chunkier and, let me get my finger there, and a little bit taller. Alright, there you go, much better. Now also with the new stylus, it's actually like a little tool, because as you all know, America has just the 3DS XL. We didn't get the tiny original that's only in the UK. Why? I don't know. But with the new 3DS, you can change the faceplates and whatnot. Now, where I was going with this is, in order to get to the micro SD card slot, is here in the back. So what you would have to do is take one of those little screwdrivers, unscrew two little bolts, and then here on the side, if you can see right there, is a little notch, which you take the stylus and you pop the faceplate out. There's one there, and there's one here on the side. So you take it, pop it there, and the micro SD card slot is here in the back. Now I'm pointing that out to you guys because that is one way to do to transfer your data from the 3DS, the new 3DS, and your 3DS. Because there's one option where it requires you to use a computer, take your SD card, take the micro SD card, and drag and drop the data from here to your computer to the micro SD. Now that's pretty much a simple way to do it and a lot safer. You know, just like I said, take the data, drop it to your desktop, let it copy, then move over. But if you have a lot of, you know, games and stuff on it, like if you upgraded to a 32 gig, you would have to buy a new micro SD card because this is a 4 gigabyte micro SD card. So not all games will fit on there. So, but I mean, this is pretty much it. Now, I did have a case for my 3DS XL, and I thought it would fit on here for it being the same, just software improvements and whatnot. But let me show you guys. It is, let me line it up, slightly longer. There you guys go. Oh, and that's another thing. It's got 2 new trigger buttons, which is actually pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying those out. Let's see, look, it's got slightly more length to it. All right, and of course, there it is. Little C-stick. This actually is a really cool combination right here. It feels really good, like you're holding like for your PSP. It's got the 2 twin sticks, and that, if you guys know about those laptops with the little nub there in the middle keyboard, that's pretty much what this is. That's all that is. It feels nice, but it feels weird at the same time. I'm blinding you guys with that glare. So that's pretty much it. No significant differences other than a slight length added to it, micro SD card, and improved 3D and the C-stick, and faster processor. Now, to get to the real good stuff and what a lot of people are talking about on the internet, which what I stated was transferring all your data from this one to this one. Now, let me show you guys the method that I used. So let me go ahead and open these guys up. I really like this one because it was all retro like. In fact, let me pull out one stylus. Alright, now in fact, let me do a power. Oh, and that's another real quick thing. The power button is down here. But let's see if they power up. Alright, see? That one booted up a lot quicker, as that one, as you can tell, took a lot longer. Like I said, I play Pokemon. Don't judge, don't hate. If you want to hate, comments, whatever. So, in order to do your data transfer, and sorry if I move this around, I'm trying to get this to where you guys can see it pretty well. In fact, let me turn up the brightness on this one. There we go. 5. Now let's go with 4. Same with you. We'll go 4. Alright, so exit out of there. What you do for the method that I used, which was just going over wireless, what you would do is you go to system settings on both systems, pull that one up. Alright. Okay, as you can tell, your system settings, and I never really noticed that light until right now. Why's that blinking? I thought this is coming up on the camera, but I can't see it here in real life. That's weird. Anyway, you're gonna come here, make sure your Wi-Fi's on. You're gonna come to other settings. Gonna go all the way over to system transfer. In fact, let me do that over here while that kind of brings it up. Super. Alright. So it's going to be communicating. It might not pick up because I forgot to turn the Wi-Fi on this one. Oh, it's telling me to enable it. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so while that's connecting, you're going to get the option to transfer your DSi software and data. Oops. Go back. Sorry guys, I got anxious. And that's if you have any of the older systems. And if you have, you know, the 3DS or the 3DS XL, you have your choice of this one. So with it being these two more recent ones, we'll go there. Blah blah blah, terms of agreement, right? Just go there. Same with the new 3DS. You got your DSi and 3DSi data transfer. Again, you go to your 3DS. Same thing. Okay, now let me put this down really quick. Since I already did this, I have 6 more days left until I can do it again. But I can still walk you guys through what I did. So essentially, I thought I hit agree with here. Okay, so after you do it, okay, so it brought up the six days. So I can't quite show you guys the full process, but what you do is you're gonna go to the system transfers, and it's gonna prompt you to choose which device, which is gonna be the sender and which one's gonna be the receiver. So you're obviously gonna choose this one to be the sender, while this one to be the receiver. And once that's done, they're gonna talk. They're gonna talk through the Wi-Fi, and then it's gonna start downloading right away. From what I've heard and what I've seen, it takes like hours or so. So if you want, get that going. I had mine side by side like this, and once it was going, I just did a couple of errands, came back, and just played the PlayStation until then. But after playing for a while, I checked on it every once in a while. This guy had a prompt that's saying there was a connection error and that the transfer got canceled. And over here, it's called the little data transfer, the Pikmin, taking your data from here and taking it over here. It's pretty neat. But these guys were stuck in a loop because there was just a bunch of white Pikmin going across my screen, constantly going. So I was like, shoot, did I just mess myself up? So what I did was turn this off, really let this run for a little bit. But when I turned this one back on, it started like I was creating a new, like this was brand new, like I just bought this. So I was like, all right. So while this was still going, I decided to turn it off. So I held the power button until it went completely off. And essentially, I'm crossing my fingers here. So I was like, please say that it went through. Sure as heck did, which was fantastic. Okay, let me kind of get out of here. It worked. In fact, when I booted it back on for the new 3DS, it said some items, the system wasn't going to work until the transfer was done. So that means whatever happened here, the data got stuck right here in the middle. And so once I basically reset everything, it was like, okay, connection reestablished, continued. Once I finished, it rebooted. And then next thing you know, I have all my data on the new 3DS. And this one, brand spanking new. And so there you go, like everything's on here. And that's another thing is, from what I've heard, when you get this, do not create a new Nintendo ID, because this transfer is taking everything from your Nintendo ID to all your data over to this new 3DS system, all your games. But if there's a couple missing, don't worry about that. You can just go and re-download everything. But that's what I did. It was just a simple wireless transfer from one to the other, and it worked for me. And like I said, all I do is I use my Nintendo DS's for Pokemon. That's it. Yeah, there's Ruby, there's Y. Everything saved, including the game data on the cartridge. That saved and transferred over. Pokemon Y here was a digital download. Again, it moved over. All my data was secure. My Nintendo ID was there. And for all the Pokemon people out there, my Pokebank was moved over, and all my Pokemon in the, Pokemon Cloud were there. So do not worry on that. But that was the simple way that you can do it, and the most easiest way to do it. Close that guy right there. And now if you guys want to upgrade that micro SD card, you're gonna have to, like I said, go to the back, take the back plate off, eject the memory, and then not really install the new memory on there. Do the whole connect to your computer, move all the data over, then plug it back in here and see if that worked. Now if you are missing a few games, you can re-download them from the Nintendo eShop. Hopefully you guys don't lose anything. But, that's all I really have to say here. I really hope it helps out a lot of people who have this and have any questions on how to transfer data from one to the other. I'm jumping into that pool. I hope this was pretty helpful. If it wasn't, bash me in the comments. Or if you guys liked it, leave a nice comment in the comments below. Like it. And if you guys want to see more videos from me, subscribe to my channel. I'm still working on putting more content on this channel, so please bear with me. But anyways, this is your man Scully Bones here with another Scully Bones review. Peace to the living, guys, and I will see y'all later.